Buffs Nation, what is going on? We have, we should be figuring out where Colorado is being ranked within the top 25 soon, right? How exciting is that? I mean, when we were with, let's see, Mel Tucker, no, it might not have been Mel Tucker. Maybe it was the last year of McIntyre. We started out 5-0, and then we lost 7 straight games and missed out on a bowl game. But we were ranked for a few weeks, and that was really cool to see. And heck, this is just the beginning for CU with the game, with how things played out against TCU on Saturday. Really feeling good right now about my 8-4 prediction, and but I kind of feel bad about it because it's right now I would say it's probably on the under, and again, just like I gave a shout out to Colin on Saturday. Props to him and props. Let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments because there are a handful of y'all that saying this team's winning 8 games. This team is, a Pac-12 title contender this year. And so credit to you guys, man. But big time credit to you guys. But I want to get on here for a few minutes while I have a little break between some meetings and just talk about what we got coming up, what we just experienced. And guys, if you've been following my channel for a while now, I'm talking about that, sports need to be fun. And I mean, here's the thing, y'all. I'm a fan. I'm not a coach. Would I be handling myself differently if for some reason the Buffs had hired me as a coach? Yes. It's move on. Take your opponent seriously, all of that. Don't underestimate them. Move on, take 24 hours to celebrate the win and then, get back to business right now. But I am a fan. And I've never experienced this before where we got guys from my school that are being talked as Heisman candidates. We got Shedeur being talked about that right now. We got Travis Hunter being talked about right now. We got Dylan Edwards, heck, in that conversation right now, alongside freshman of the year and all of that. And so, yes, I'm going to take time to enjoy this every single moment, every single high. I'm going to be taking that opportunity to speculate, to talk about them possibly winning awards after week 1. Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to pump the brakes because I want to enjoy this moment as much as I can because these moments, these seasons, that's the thing that's wrong with our society is we always just want the next thing, right? Like I just want to enjoy this, man. The fact that I could put out a video yesterday talking about will we have possibly 2 guys do the improbable and actually split the Heisman trophy? Isn't that just crazy? Isn't that just insane? I mean, and so when you come to my channel, like yes, I want the guys to focus and definitely move on to the next opponent, but man, here at this channel, I'm going to be hyping everybody up. I'm going to be enjoying every single moment, every single accomplishment that these group of guys are doing, and I want to cherish it. And that's also why I'm wanting to get on YouTube and talk about it, man, because I don't want this to be lost. I don't want this season to be lost. So yes, I understand. It's one game. It's one game. This was the biggest victory in my life as a Colorado Buffaloes fan. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna hype up everybody's performances, and I'm not gonna move on as quickly as a football team should move on, or a coaching staff would want to move on. I am a fan, so when you're coming here to my channel, you're coming here to just talk with another fan. So I'm gonna be excited, absolutely. Now I'm gonna say hi to all the people in the chat. You guys are great. King Mode, I will answer your question soon about the USC game. One moment. Aaron, good afternoon. Great to see you. Thanks for tuning in. Green Creole, man, this is awesome. Good to see you guys here. Mac Ent, thank you. They don't know if they should give it to Travis or Shedeur, right? And we could just we could joke about that, man. We can hype up both of them. I love it. It's my channel. I'll do it my way. Absolutely. And that's what I love about that. Man, I still got that high, man. And part of me still doesn't, even though it's Nebraska week, it's like there's still just so much more to talk about with what happened. And seeing yesterday on Labor Day, everybody talk about this team on First Take, which by the way, I love Shannon Sharp and Stephen A. Smith, this combination. It has finally happened. I've wanted it to happen for so long, and it was beautiful. Um, I've never been a fan of Skip Bayless, but it was great seeing Skip Bayless, Michael Irvin talk with Coach Prime yesterday. Just beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. Seeing Coach Prime talk with Pat McAfee, that was awesome as well. But King Mode, let me answer your question about the USC game. Okay. So if we go back to my prediction where I went through the schedule like 3 weeks ago or so, I had us at 8-4, 3-2 entering Oregon and USC. Right now, I have those two things as losses. However, my caveat is that when I made that prediction, I was like, at least we have a chance this time. Like I can see scenarios in which we upset this team. And the offense, I thought the offense was going to be good. I did not think the offense was going to be that freaking amazing that quick. And I was talking with Steven Hamnell, who does the QB Spotlight. I was texting him a little bit this morning because he did another video on Shedeur, so go check it out. He told me this morning that Shedeur was 14 of 15 off of play action on Saturday. Are you kidding me? So even if we didn't run the ball, for 200 yards or anything like that, we ran the ball effectively, and it set up Shedeur to have major success off that play action. Like 14 of 15. That's got to be what, 90%, something like that. Let me do the math here real quick. This is just incredible stuff. So that USC defense did not look great against San Jose State. They gave up 28 points. If they gave up 28 points to San Jose State, we're going to be right there with them. And their offense we know is darn good, but hopefully our defense can take some steps. There were a lot of holding calls. I didn't realize this, immediately. There was a ton of holding calls on our defensive line, and they got a worse rap than I think that they deserved, because the refs were just letting everything go. Now, do I really have an issue with that too much? No, because I hate it when penalties just slow down the game. I actually like the fact that we run the clock after first downs, because as sad as it is, the commercials aren't going away. And I don't want college football games to take 5 hours. So I love the pace, not a huge issue with the penalties, but would my perspective be different had we not won the game? Absolutely. But, I can't be too upset about it. All right. David, are you going to go to the game this weekend? Colin and more people will be there. I would love to. Right now, I don't have tickets. Right now, I have tickets for USC, and then I'm hoping to get some more tickets throughout the season. So, we'll just have to see. Right now, I will be doing my plan is to do another live watch along and then kind of put together a reaction, if the Buffs win, like I did this last time, which was a lot of fun. So I'll be doing that unless, something else happens. And I'm hoping to meet Colin. I'm hoping to meet like Big Dog Chico. I'm talking with him later today at 4:30. I believe he's coming in town for the game, which is great. John the Liquidator is going to be in town. I'm sure some more guys are flying in for this game, so it'll be fun. I know we want to do a YouTube meetup. Things are a little bit busy for me this weekend. It is my wife's birthday this weekend, so she's been gracious enough. Usually what we do is we take a trip, do something, and she's been gracious enough to say, nah, man, like, you got to watch the game. Like, I love that. And hopefully she'll be going with me to the USC game and all that, and Arizona, all that, hopefully. So hopefully I can meet these guys, but if not, I know Colin's coming down for the USC game as well, and hopefully can meet him then. All right. Let's see. Gonna get to some more comments. Yeah, you're right, King Mode. Like, that offense is absolutely crazy. And man, I feel good about this. This matchup. This matchup going in against Nebraska. And I was lucky enough to get that -2.5 for the Colorado NU game coming up. I believe that line is up to -3.5 for the Buffs. But you know, this is going to be a tough defense, but again, TCU was supposed to be a tough defense, and we absolutely dissected them. Shedeur felt extremely prepared. He knew what they were doing pretty much with every look that they were giving him. They also play a 3-3-5 defense, and so a lot of the stuff that we looked at last Wednesday or whatever could carry over into what we're going to do against Nebraska. Now, do they have probably some better athletes in that front seven? Possibly. But I'm not going to sugarcoat you and tell you that I know too much about this opponent when I barely watched them play on Thursday. I mean, I watched the second half, most of the second half. So, I mean, again, I'm not trying to come off as like some expert. I'm just going to give you guys my opinion with the amount of knowledge that I have. But right now, man, I'm feeling really freaking good. Really freaking good. Expect another 500 yards against Nebraska. Lord, please. We need that. I think I had like 36 or 3,800 yards projected for Shedeur. Man, that projection looks idiotic right now, doesn't it? What I was saying in the game on Saturday was, oh my God, like he's going to break all the single season school records in the first half of the season. That's exactly what's going to happen. And this man could very well throw for over 5,000 yards this year. And what I like too is like, yes, the strength of the Buffs is definitely putting the ball in Shedeur's hands. And I love the fact that Sean Lewis opened up that game against TCU and just absolutely did that. Like watching all these offenses with CU and the Broncos for years, it's like we come out, we run the ball on first down, we run the ball on second down, then we throw it, and it's just a mess, and it's another 3 and out and all this. And it was so refreshing. Again, it reminded me of the 2013 Broncos with Peyton Manning, man. We just put the ball in Peyton Manning's hands and allow him to do his thing, play within the strengths of the offense. Beautiful, beautiful. And Shedeur carved those guys up, man. And people were able to see Shedeur's poise, his clutch factor, that was awesome, and his brain. I mean, he was audibling at the line into some of these other plays. I mean, what other college quarterbacks do that? I mean, y'all tell me if you saw another quarterback do that this weekend. Now, granted, I only watched like 2 college football games in total outside the CU one, but that's just me. Y'all let me know. Oh man, let's talk about Charles Lester now. Yeah. Mac Ent. Rumors are Charles Lester III will be coming. His first year was just dedicated to his mother. Yeah, I'm really glad that you pointed that out, Mac. Yeah, he made a promise to his late mother to go to Florida State. And by the way, man, Florida State, they look like a college football playoff team. I mean, their performance in the second half was freaking unreal. Keon Coleman looking like one of the best receivers in the country. Jordan Travis had a great second half, and I mean, you got to be thrilled if you're a Florida State fan. So we do have our work cut out for us in recruiting against Florida State. I love how there's this rivalry developing with Coach Prime and now with Colorado and Florida State. And I mean, definitely with how terrible Clemson looked, they should win the ACC. They should be in the college football playoff. And man, that was great to see. So, man, hopefully we can continue to put the pressure on. But I think right now Florida State continues to be in that driving that driver's seat right now. I think with his commitment. But anything is possible. And I think we're right there, especially with these results. Anything is possible. I would love to see Charles Lester in the black and gold. Who wouldn't? Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be a fun weekend. And, she has gotten into the Buff so much throughout this whole process, which has been really cool to see. So, I went to grad school out here. She didn't, but, we moved here from Texas. That was my reason coming here years ago. So She's been super supportive, and it's she's kind of adopted the bus, which has been really fun. Teammate said Outline Garage said that a lot of Nebraska fans are selling their tickets now that they saw what CU can do. Oh man, come on! Don't you want to still get out of Nebraska, man? Take a little vacation, all that. Man, I haven't heard from Mike. I have like 3 emails to respond to him from, but he's like our honorary Huskers fan that's in here all the time. So I need to know his thoughts on what he's thinking about this matchup. So I'm expecting us to take care of business. We freaking better. This rivalry means so much, and it's great that it's going to be on Big Noon. I'm so excited for so many of y'all to like experience this rivalry for the first time. Please go back and watch the highlights to the 2018 and 2019 games. Those were great because they were both big time comebacks by the Buffs. And you saw clutch plays made by Laviska Shenault, who was our second round draft pick a few years ago. And he could do everything. I mean, he was playing Wildcat quarterback. He was our running back. He was our wide receiver. I mean, he was just making plays. KD Nixon, another guy that went to DeSoto alongside Laviska Shenault. And DeSoto, Jaden Milner Jones, another guy. Von Miller, went to, all those guys went to the same high school. So it's really cool to see. What's up, David? Yeah, the line is now -3 for CU. I love to see that. Yeah, the fact that I got that -2.5, that feels nice. And because again, if we win by 3, it's awesome. It's awesome. That half point really, really means a lot when you're putting a little money on the line. So let's just see what else y'all got to say. Why not go to the FSU game though? They're winning too. FSU. Are you talking about Charles Lester? Because wasn't he at that game? I think so. Recruiting 5-stars just became easy. Yeah, and I think it was Aaron Butler's dad, Rob Devon Butler. He was saying on Twitter that he's like, expect some big flips now that we've seen these results. You know what I'm saying? And man, I just can't wait. I mean, we already have a really solid class. Again, I'm not expecting the 40-40-20 rule, right? We're probably going to have around 15 or so spots, maybe a little bit more since we're actually under the scholarship limit right now. So maybe we might see like a class of like 17 max, like true freshmen. But those guys are going to be hand picked. They're going to be hand selected. And then you got to imagine that we're going to dominate the portal again this year, right? Like even at a higher level, and yeah, we'll just have to see now. Am I getting ahead of myself? Probably, but I mean, Shedeur's playing like a top 5 pick right now. I mean, right? Probably in discussion to be the first overall quarterback, right? I mean, he played so good. Nobody played better against a better defense than he did. And so, I mean, we'll just have to see. Hopefully, he sticks around for a second year, but he might play himself out of that, man. So I'm not sure how I'd feel about right now with the rest of our quarterback room. Very young, very young. So maybe we would go and get another big time quarterback transfer to come in here and play. Who's that guy that's backing up Texas right now? Yours, not Arch Manning. It's Murphy, I think. That guy's played some pretty good football, but I'm getting way ahead of myself. And that's the most. You bring up a great point because we're getting these results. We're on TV every day. We're the biggest thing since sliced bread right now. The spots are going to be limited. You better claim your spot here soon. Boo Carter, you still got a chance to flip your commitment, man. Boo Carter would be a tremendous add to this secondary. You can do some on offense too. I mean, at running back. The guy's an electric running back. People forget about that. I mean, go back and look at my video that we did on him a while ago. I mean, just a game breaker on both sides of the ball. In the mold of Travis Hunter. And man, I would love to see him. I would love to see him on on the Buffs. So I'm looking forward to whatever that next commitment is. You know that a new commitment is probably coming soon, especially after this weekend. We got some big guys, big time recruits. I can't name them right now, but you've seen them on Twitter just like I have. We got some big time guys coming in here to watch the game on Saturday, and we're gonna show out. They're gonna see how big Ralphie is. She's a big girl, and she's an intimidating buffalo, and we're gonna get to see Ralphie Six run. It's gonna be a beautiful thing, and the atmosphere is gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be beautiful, and the things that we take for granted, we don't even think about anymore. You notice how nice looking at the practice footage is now, and looking at Uncle Neely doing his report back on campus. You got the beautiful mountains in the background, as opposed to Friday, when they're practicing in Texas, and it just looks desolate. It looks like it brings back a ton of memories of living in West Texas, with just how hot, miserable, dusty it is. And how could you not? How could you not want to come to school here when you have the opportunity, right? Man, how long until Deion transfers to FSU? Man, well, right now they don't have any reason to switch it up right there. Coach Norvell is he's killing it, man. He's killing it. Um, so I yeah, right now they're killing it. Lawrence Collins, it was great chatting with you on Saturday. Thanks for calling in, man. I actually think CU will blow out Nebraska by like 21 points. Oh, please. I hope that this is the case, man. And that offense is, if we get out to a lead, that's going to be the key. Just getting out to a lead, not giving them second chances like we gave TCU so many chances to get back in the football game. We should have been leading by double digits for most of that game. And we can't allow Nebraska to get any breaks or any momentum, any confidence. We need to come out there. What I would like to do is just come out there, get the ball, take the ball first, and then we just go carve up that defense 7-0, and they're already playing from behind. Because when they're running an offense from 1950 or whatever it is, and they got Jeff Sims at quarterback. I mean, they are not going to be able to come back from behind. Green Creole says, "I love how Coach Prime's bringing so many non-football followers to the game. Yeah, it's so cool. Like, I see her like reposting stuff about Dylan Edwards just like on her own. It's really cool. And even with some of my other friends, like this week, I got a ton of different texts from like people that I haven't heard from in forever, just telling me congratulations, and how much they're into this whole thing, and is there room on the Colorado bandwagon? Yes, 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 yes. I don't care if you have a team that you've been a fan of for 20 years. Make Colorado, your other team. That's what's great in college football, is that there's so many teams that you can root for. There's a lot of other teams that I like to root for too. I usually like to root for those teams that are kind of like villains, that um, that have personality, that have swagger, that play with a play style that's really entertaining or fun. That's why I just loved the Miami Hurricanes when I was growing up, man. Like, they were NFLU. They were putting everybody into the NFL. They were playing with, y'all know, it was just awesome. And, I see some of that too, with this team, how they play with swagger and confidence, and they're not afraid to be themselves. They take on the personality of Coach Prime. And it's just really cool to see. So the fact that this kind of thing's happening with my Buffs, incredible, incredible. And yeah, I just love it. All right, guys, I'm going to go for a few more minutes here. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Al Love, I appreciate the love. Yeah, y'all hit that like. It'll help spread this out to other college football fans. Freaking Jonas Lils, man, you're making me laugh. I know Nebraska players feel sad now that their players, now that they know their coach doesn't even believe in them. Yeah, the Matt Rule press conference. This was something that I wanted to comment on, Jonas. Was that Matt Rule definitely learned to keep his mouth shut after, Coach Prime and everybody brought out the receipts. Wasn't that whole performance just totally bad ass on Saturday, that press conference? Wasn't that just amazing? And he's not wanting to give Coach Prime and that team any more ammo. Now, I do feel like he went maybe a step too far where he was like, they could even be a top 10 team that, this next week. And could we? I guess. I don't think that's going to happen. Um, but I just thought it was so funny because I mean, you could kind of take that as like sarcastic. That's how initially I took it. I was like, is this guy being sarcastic? But I think he's just trying to manage expectations, that Colorado is a really good team. And so there's no way for his squad to fail, even if they're blown out. But man, when you hear him go on and on and on and talk about his belief in Coach Prime and yada yada yada, was it Malachi Coleman? Was that his name? A recruit that was very close to signing with the Buffs last year and ended up staying home in Lincoln, wide receiver, defensive back, but I believe he's just doing wide receiver work at Nebraska now. But 4-star guy, a really cool story, really awesome guy. But you can't help but wonder, do these players, do these players that ended up committing to Nebraska or whatever, you got to imagine they're having second thoughts right now, right? And it might be too late, like some of y'all said. I mean, you better get your spot soon because this program is becoming higher in demand. It's not just headlines now. I mean, we got some football results to showcase now, which is great that we finally entered the football season. It's awesome stuff. The media loves CU so much right now. This is bizarro world. It really is. It's really odd. And I mean, I love it. I love it. It still feels like a dream. And that's why, I mean, you're just going to enjoy this football season with me, man. Again, I've expected this team to come out and do better than what a lot of people were expecting. Heck, I don't know if there's any, Colorado YouTube or media people that that picked the Buffs to win as many games as I did. Colin did, right? But I'm trying to look at like the media, so we got like DNVR. I think both of them were 6-6. I forget where Alpine Garage was. Adam Munster Tiger and who's the other guy? Brian Howell. There's no way that they picked this team to have a winning record when they were, when they were both expecting TCU to beat them last week, right? So I don't even know. But regardless of what happens, man, the rest of the year, I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this, and I think there are going to be a lot more highs than there are lows. That's for sure. All right, guys, I got one more minute, and then I'm gonna hop in here. We are not losing on Saturday. That would ruin everything. Absolutely, we got to keep this momentum up. Yeah, Matt Rule did not come across as confident. It was a very odd press conference because I feel like he's been confident more throughout the offseason. But damn, when you get that kind of performance out of Jeff Sims, when you're supposed to help him take the next level, and I mean, that was just combined with what happened, just not good. And I'll leave by saying this, I think Matt Rule's a good coach. I do think he's in a good coach, but you cannot move on from Casey Thompson to Jeff Sims and, expect to put up many results this year. Like many of the rebuilds Matt Rule's been a part of, these things are more slow burns than they are Coach Prime instant turnarounds, right? And I hope Nebraska fans are patient with him. Nebraska fans kind of remind me as Broncos fans in some ways, in which there's no patience and a lot of entitlement. I'm that way with my Broncos. So I understand it, but I hope for Matt Rule's sake, they do give him some time. But man, right now I'm a little worried that they're going to run him out of town here at some point next season. So I got to run to a meeting, y'all. Thank you so much for your time. Be sure to hit that like on the way out. I'm talking with Big Dog Chico here at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time. So y'all be sure to tune in for that. And as always, Go Buffs.